Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Hodges and I am doing an assembly today on well-being with some practical tips on how you can improve yours. So, what is well-being? The World Health Organization states that well-being is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Well-being includes physical and mental health, and there are loads of factors that can impact it in our daily lives. For example, the diet that we eat, our exercise or movement levels, our stress levels, and also the amount and quality of sleep that we are getting. So there are lots of things that you might be feeling at the moment, and these are just 4 examples of things and feelings that I'm sure all of us have felt at some point over the last few months. And that is absolutely fine, and it is to be expected at this time. So don't worry if you are feeling these things. I'm going to give you some coping strategies for these in the next coming slides. So firstly, you might be feeling a little bit demotivated. So home is usually a place for switching off at the end of the day, but it's now become a place where you have to work. Maybe you haven't got anybody around to motivate you or to support you to manage your daily routine. You might be feeling slightly anxious or stressed, worried about meeting deadlines, or maybe you've missed some work and that's playing on your mind. Maybe you're anxious about the impact of the pandemic on you and the people that you care about. You might be feeling isolated. Not being able to see friends and family is a big thing. And I know all of us have struggled with that. And it might be that you're alone for a large part of the day while people at home are working. And also you might have some feelings of helplessness as well. Maybe you don't know where to turn to at the moment and you're feeling a little bit lost. So all of these things can have an impact on your well-being, on your physical and your mental and emotional well-being. So I've come up with 4 pillars of well-being, all right? So we have the first pillar is stress, diet, the movement, and then sleep. And all of these 4 pillars are equally as important to helping improve our well-being in these challenging times. So I want you to think about the 4 pillars as being the 4 legs on a chair. So if one is out of balance, so maybe we aren't eating correctly, or actually maybe we aren't getting enough sleep, or quality of sleep's not great, or maybe we're not getting enough exercise, then the 4 legs on the chair aren't really going to be stable. If one's shorter than the other, or a little bit wonky, or a bit out of balance, then that means the chair as a whole is going to be out of balance, and the chair represents you. All right, so again, I'm going to go on to tell you how you can improve your 4 pillars of well-being to make you feel well. So first, we have the first pillar, which is stress or anxiousness. Okay, so in the dictionary it says stress or anxiousness is a feeling of worry, nervousness or unease about something with an uncertain outcome, okay, which pretty much sums up the current situation. So if you look at my diagram here, in your body you might be feeling tense, your heartbeat might be faster, you might be feeling hot and sweaty at times. Sometimes you might have fast breathing or a tight chest or feel sick, and you might not feel all of these things at the same time. It might just be one of these things. Okay, so if you're waking up in the morning feeling tense, and that might be because, you've got a lot to do that day, looking down your list, or, you're feeling tense about certain family members or health, then that's how anxiousness can kind of feel physically in the body. And this is all to do with our adrenaline response. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that in a moment. Thoughts in your head might be that you can't cope. Maybe you feel overwhelmed. What if this happens? What if that happens? Or something terrible is going to happen. Or, I'm not good enough. Or, I'm not managing with this. And maybe the actions that you're taking to kind of try and deal with these things is things like running away from an issue or running away from a task. Maybe you're avoiding a certain situation. Maybe you're doing lots of fidgeting, or you're feeling like you can't settle. You're really uneasy. And maybe you just want to escape. And, escaping might be through sitting on your phone, okay, and just scrolling, endlessly scrolling. Or escaping might be, playing on your games console for hours on end. Or escaping might be just not talking to anyone and kind of just shutting down. All of these things aren't really helping your well-being. So when we become anxious or stressed, energy is released into the body. So when I talk about energy, I'm talking about adrenaline. This energy can then be used to keep us safe in a situation that poses a threat to us. So actually, these responses here, these body sensations, these are an adrenaline response, and actually they're really normal and natural, and they do help to keep us safe in dangerous situations. Like, I don't know, if you're on a road and a car, it comes hurtling towards you, adrenaline will give you the energy that you need to quickly get out of the way. So it is a response in our bodies that does actually help to keep us safe. So, for example, animals get this as well in the animal kingdom. So I want you to picture a zebra having a drink at the watering hole. He's feeling nice and calm and relaxed. He's just doing his daily thing, having a drink. But then all of a sudden, the lion senses that the zebra, giving it away now, the zebra senses that there is a lion nearby stalking the zebra. Now, in the zebra's body, a spike of adrenaline is released, the energy is released, and the zebra can choose to run away, to fight back, or to freeze. Okay, and that's what the adrenaline does. And in most situations, the zebra chooses to, well, in this situation, the zebra chooses to use all that energy to run away as quickly as possible. And it runs away. And then as soon as the danger's gone, as soon as the lion has disappeared, the zebra goes back to feeling calm again. Okay, and that is how we are supposed to work with our anxiety as well, with our stress. We're supposed to come down again after the stress or the issue has gone. So anxiousness and stress is a survival tool, and it is necessary to keep us safe. It does become an issue though when we begin to feel anxious a lot, which can impact on our day-to-day lives. So unlike the zebra, once the event has happened, we aren't very good at kind of returning back to that state, and sometimes we can't actually work out whether a situation is actually posing a life-threatening danger to us, or whether actually this anxious response is not necessarily needed for that. But anxiety and stress is a natural response, and you can't ever get rid of it. It's not just going to go away, because we need it. We need it for safety. But there are things that we can do to manage it so that we aren't feeling anxious and stressed all of the time. So here are some coping strategies. The first one, feelings of anxiety struggle to take hold on an exhale and an out breath. So in the moment you're feeling anxious, breathe in for 4 counts and then breathe out for as long as you possibly can. This helps to calm down the nervous system and bring the body state back to normal. Humming's great, so get humming. If you're feeling anxious, hum a nice relaxing tune. It works on babies a treat, and it has been scientifically proven, again, to relax the nervous system. Tapping, so you can actually just really gently tap on your cheekbones or just under your collarbones, nice and gently, not very fast, okay, just a steady pace. As you're breathing, you can do that tapping, and again, helps to calm the nervous system and just bring everything back down to normal. So the first three things are things that you can do in the moment when you're feeling anxious. And these are things that you can do to kind of try and prevent that anxiety from taking hold. So first thing, only focus on one thing at a time. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you look and show my homework and you're like, oh my goodness, I've got so much work to do, and I've also got to, go and do some exercise, or, I've got to phone that person or do this. Focusing on the bigger picture can cause lots of anxiety. It can make us feel like we've got just so much to do today and we just don't know where to start, and then we start running away and burying our head in the sand. One of those actions that I showed you in an earlier slide. But if you focus on one thing at a time, you say, right, okay, for this half an hour, I'm just going to enjoy my breakfast. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast for 30 minutes and I'm not going to worry or think about anything else. I'm just going to really focus on eating my breakfast. Tastes nice, yeah? Think about the taste and the sensations. And then go, right, for this next hour, I'm just going to focus on my geography work, or my English work, or whatever. I'm not going to worry about the other work that I've got to do today. This is all I'm going to focus on. And the same can be said for when you're having fun or relaxing. When you're having fun and relaxing, don't worry about what you've got to do later. Just be in the moment and enjoy that time, okay? And that can really help to keep those anxious feelings at bay. Long baths, calm music, reading, walking and breathing. And when I mention breathing, obviously we all breathe to survive. It's not like we stop breathing when we're anxious, but taking those short breaths away. So when we're feeling anxious, we do lots of short, quick, shallow breaths, and they all happen in the chest. If we make those breaths nice and slowly, and we're breathing from our tummies, just like babies do. If you ever watch babies breathing, they always breathe through their tummies, really slowing down. And again, all of these things helps to bring the body down and helps us to relax and helps us to be in the moment and enjoy, okay? Get out into nature. Nature has been scientifically proven to boost our mood, to de-stress us, it releases lots of hormones. It's just really amazing, okay? So if you can't get out into nature, if it's a really rubbish day like it is today and it's pouring down with rain, put David Attenborough on the TV. Even looking at nature helps. So yeah, get out into nature, go sit in the garden, do a bit of gardening, whatever. Go and take some big breaths outside. Stick a raincoat on, okay? Talk with friends and family. Get on, a messaging, or just sit down with your family and have a chat. It's just really nice to offload as well. Talking about issues and things like that naming it, saying, actually, I feel really anxious today, already helps you to take those anxious feelings away. Schedule your day. Plan breaks and fun activities, and schedule your day with your schoolwork as well. Set times for breaks and things can really help. Be kind to yourself. So research has shown that actually for every one positive thought that you tell yourself, there are 7 negatives, which is awful. Be kind to yourself. Listen to what you're telling yourself all the time. If you're thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not good at this, I'm stressed, this is hard, this is horrible, try and turn that around. Try and put positive on it. Ultimately, you can't always be responsible for your first thought. You might see a piece of work and go, oh my goodness, that is so hard. And that is your first thought. You might not be responsible for that. It's like an initial reaction. But you are in control of your second thought. So actually then you can say in your second thought, yes, it's hard, but I'm going to try my best. Or, I'm going to contact that teacher and ask for support. And then finally, you're not in charge of your first thought, but you are responsible for your second, and you are responsible for the action that you then take, okay? Which is really empowering, and gives you back the power. Change the conversation. Laugh a lot. As much as you possibly can. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Laughing, again, scientifically proven to just it improves our health. It's amazing. So laugh away. And then finally, limit your social media and time on your devices. We all know that actually social media isn't good for us. Look at what you are consuming. It's the same as your diet. You are what you eat, and you are what you consume. If you're consuming lots of negativity, and maybe you're, lots of like advertising, or you're looking at like shopping all day, and you're looking at, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish I had that. That you're going to feel negative if that's what you're consuming. So look at consuming positive things when you're on social media or the internet. Look at positivity. Follow inspirational people, all right? But ultimately, don't spend all day on it. Don't spend all day on your devices. It isn't good for your mental well-being. The second pillar is your diet. I'm not going to go into loads of detail here, guys, with diet, because I'm sure that you already know mostly what healthy food looks like, okay? But you are what you eat. If you want to feel energized, eat foods that give you good energy. I'm not talking about like crisps and sugary stuff, guys, okay? If you want to feel healthy, eat the foods that make you feel healthy. If you want to know more, get online. There are tons and tons of things online that talk to you about the different foods and what you can be eating for certain things. If you're struggling for sleep, there's food for that. If you're feeling like you've got a tummy ache, there's a food for that. So eat the foods that make you feel well. And it's all about balance, so not eating too much of the same thing. Hydration is also key, so 6 to 8 cups a day. Dehydration can result in headaches, tiredness, moodiness, lack of motivation, and struggling to concentrate. And by the time you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So always have a glass of water next to you. And, just looking at it, you think, oh, actually, I'll just have a drink of that. And the key to maintaining a good diet is just everything in moderation. I'm not saying don't eat cake, don't eat biscuits, or don't eat rubbish. It's just in moderation. Don't eat it all the time. Most of the time, eat healthy, most of the time. So movement is our third pillar. Moving our bodies releases loads of hormones that make us feel good, as well as keeping our bodies healthy and strong. So get yourselves outside, go for a walk or a bike ride. Vitamin D from the sun helps boost our health, but it makes us feel good and it helps us to sleep as well. Engage with your core PE lessons, and if you're not doing core PE, if you're an A-level student, find a tutorial on YouTube, go and learn a new skill. I know on the last lockdown, I learned yoga and literally still do it most days now because I love it. You know, maybe that's martial arts, or maybe I'll do some like capoeira or some yoga or sports or something. Get on YouTube, there's free lessons. Finally, if in doubt, just have a dance in your pajamas to your favourite music. Always helps. And finally, our last pillar is sleep. So sleep is a time when we repair and recharge so that we can take on another day, and it's essential to our well-being, mood, motivation, focus, energy, and our general health. So remember guys, these 4 pillars, everything is equally as important, and I sometimes think people just don't put enough people don't take the time to think about their sleep pattern, and actually it's really important to make sure you're getting a good solid 8 hours at night, okay, good quality sleep. So to ensure you're getting that sleep, devices off at least 30 minutes before bedtime. So basically, the light from your device, you might already know this, has the same kind of wavelength as the sun's rays. And basically, when the sun is up, the rays kind of connect with your brain, if you like, and tells your brain it's now time for doing, okay? So when you're looking at your phone, you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit on my phone to relax. You're doing totally the opposite, because the light from your phone is telling your brain it's daytime, it's time to do, all right? So it's really important that you don't sit on your phone just before bed, because you'll find that your sleep is broken and you're not entering those deep phases of sleep. And it also prevents the sleep hormone called melatonin from being released into the body. It's really important, guys. Have time to relax before bed, get a bath, read a book, listen to some music, and go to bed at a reasonable time. Sleeping through the day until lunchtime means you're not getting enough daylight, which again stops hormones from being released in the body, and it can mess with not only with your natural sleep rhythm, but also your moods as well. Humans are supposed to be up and doing in the day and resting when it's dark. And so if you're sleeping through the day, that's not helping with that. Finally, guys, we are here for you. Your teachers, support staff, the leadership team, we are all here for you at school. And if you need anything, you just drop us an email, make a phone call, okay? Talking helps, all right? So if you need any support, you're unsure, just contact us. And remember, the 4 pillars of well-being, they're all equally important. You don't do one thing lots, all right? Everything in moderation to keep making sure that you are balanced, okay, guys? So that is the end of my assembly. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, take care, and stay well. See you later.